Good morning, colleagues. Sorry for this one being a little bit late, actually. I did a recording and found the audio wasn't working again. So, yeah, a few technical problems. So, I'm going to do it all over again. The most requested feature by our teachers and students and others across the world as well has been released. And I don't think I've mentioned this before, but if I have, I apologize, but I think it's okay to repeat things now and then. It's to rename the general channel. When you click on the three dots, and you can now rename the channel itself to be whatever you like. You still can't delete it, but you can rename it. It's probably pretty useful as well for if I go back to my Teams and go to CIS Pathways, for example, you can now click on this and do rename channel somewhere. There it is, look, rename channel itself. Which leads me on nicely to my next tip. I'm just going to talk about the differences between SharePoint and OneDrive. But what I'm going to do, let me go to zoom out on this. First, I'm going to talk about something that we already know a lot about. Let's use my red pen, and I'm going to talk about Google Drive. If you think about Google Drive, when we create Google Drive and content in Google Drive, it's like your personal documents, and then you share them out with people using the normal way that we share things out. But a few years ago, Google Drive changed or added something, and it was called Shared Drive. And now you create shared drives and you add people, or you add content to the shared drives. Let's put these files here, look, with different files, and then you add people to that shared drive, and you can't share that content with anyone else. Well, you can create the shared permissions to change that content. Well, actually, it's something very similar in terms of the Microsoft side of things. So in Microsoft, you've got something called OneDrive. And when you add personal content to your OneDrives or personal files and documents, so same as before, you then have to share them with people. But there's an alternative to Shared Drive, Google Shared Drive, and that's called Microsoft Teams. So when you create a team, behind the scenes, you're actually also creating a folder structure called SharePoint. And when you add files into those things, anybody that is within the team already can access these files. But there's something nice about Microsoft in terms of you have the ability to take these SharePoint files and then share them again with your OneDrive, so that when you access your OneDrive, you can directly access those SharePoint files. Now, how does that look outside of this crazy diagram? Let's go and have a little look at my time first in terms of me explaining things. So we're on 3 minutes. I'm going to go into Teams now, look. And in Teams, we've got this CIS Pathway 2 projects, for example, and I can see who's in the team. If I go to manage the team, we've got all of these people here. Look, within the, where is that? Where are the members gone? That's a bit crazy. So no members in it. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit slow. So all of those people have access to the files. So if let's choose a channel, for example, and click in files, all of those people have access to these files. But inside here, you can see when I hover over the files, there's this little button here. And if I just zoom in, you can see this structure here, or this folder icon here. And when I click on that, you can see it says add shortcut to OneDrive. So when I do that, it will then put a link into my OneDrive so that I can directly access the SharePoint areas within Teams directly from my OneDrive. So when I click on here and open up my OneDrive, you can see these little icons, look. These icons with this shared link mean that's giving me access to SharePoint within the Teams. So down here somewhere, if I find my little icon, there it is, look, there's data strategy, I renamed it, and it will take me directly to these files in here, so I can edit them directly in there, or if I wanted to, I could go directly and edit them inside my Teams. Okay, I hope that helps to explain some differences between SharePoint and OneDrive. You can access those things, your OneDrive, directly within Teams as well. Click on my files, you can see it's exactly the same structure as before, All of these files and folders are the same files and folders that are within my OneDrive that I can access within here. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.